Hello again. As you can see, is this filmed on the same day as the ELF games just ended? Yes. Yes, it is. Because I have to go paint a house tomorrow. So this is being filmed on Sunday, out for the Monday, hence why it's dark. Still, valid. I'm still getting used to having two hands. I'm not used to this. Thanks, shout out to Ricardo and SH. If you know what you know. We're on stream. Figured out I could do this now. So that might potentially be a thing. For this video, because I need to get it out quite quickly, intro's going to be like this. Rest of it's going to be on my laptop. So the quality when I'm on a little bit might be decreased. Uploading videos. Today, Monday, is going to be the usual power rankings, which we're going to talk about today. Tuesday will be the normal how teams are going to come into the week. Got some really good games coming up in the week, so that's going to be Tuesday's viewing. And then Digan Gomez video will be at some point, hopefully this week, fingers crossed. I'm going to put out a graphic, probably maybe when I finish Digan one, maybe before, about what players I'm going to do in order, a checklist of videos I want to make. And then hopefully that'll give us a bit more of a schedule. Because I want to make like a downfall video with the Dragons and the Hamburg Sea Devils. And then I want to do a bunch of different stuff. Like I was talking to people on stream, I love making these videos. The support's been amazing. Just can't thank you enough. I'm waffling a lot for a start of a power ranking video, but you know what I mean. Very appreciative. And there's been a lot of support in the last few weeks, so I very much appreciate it. Let's get into the power rankings and stop talking about nothing. Let's go. Right, it's going to take me some used to getting. I'm used to like switching over stuff with my hands, so it's got to get used to this. Let's start at the very bottom. Kind of hard to not be last when you forfeit a game at halftime, right? So Barcelona Dragons are going to come in at 17. Super unfortunate. They threw in the towel against Munich. They had a lot of imports, didn't play. I think only 2 or 1 played. Khaled, shout out to him, who played. Turmoil. I don't have the answers for what we're going to see with the Dragons moving forward. I hope they continue to be part of this league. But we don't know. We really don't know. It's not a good look to forfeit a game at halftime and be 54-0 down. Like, it's never a good thing. It's, a lot of people are going to talk about how embarrassing it is for the league, which, it is embarrassing for the league. It's not a good look. I don't want to talk about it too much because, the guys that went out in the field and given their hardest and they end up not being able to finish the game. So it's unfortunate. So they fall 3 places. They're in at 17. 16 for Herwein Throners. Haven't won a game. 47-0 against Berlin. 15 yards passing. According to the stats, they've got nothing offensively going at all. I really do think they are the worst team in the league again this year, in pound for pound wise. And they come in at 16, down 1 place. Prague didn't lose as much as I thought they would. They're in at 15. They're up 2 places, although 0-7 have never won a game. 14-3 is like not that bad of a result for them, I feel. Wrocław didn't look great. We'll get to them in a minute. Perkins had something moving. I kind of liked what he brought in terms of the ability that he showed. The receivers, Janota's finally getting involved more, which I've been vying for. Redeem. We know how good Redeem is. The defense, I've been saying, this defense is really, 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 really good. And Borkovic is a player I want to do an evaluation on. Daniel Wright's back, who I've been very praising of. James Brooke is one of the best defensive ends we have in the league. He's severely underrated. They didn't get their ass handed to them, so they're up 2 places. Who did get their ass handed to them was Milan. And maybe I'm being a bit too overzealous, but we'll go through it at the same time because we're going to talk about the same game. 13, Helvetic, Milan, 14. We'll go through it at the same time. Am I being a little bit overzealous by putting Milan 14 down 1 spot and then putting Helvetic 3 spots up at 13 even though they are 1 and 5? Yes. Yes, I am. But the Mercs won. The Mercs won. The Mercs fucking won a game. I'm happy for Garten Aiken, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's a friend of the channel. AFB. of course. Like, that game was so fucking rainy. The stats don't really tell the whole story when it comes to, like, you know, it was a very, very tough game to play in because that weather was insane. So passing game for both teams was never going to be on. But they won a fucking game. They nearly lost it at the end by doing that 4th and 1 fucking shotgun snap to Aiken. I don't know why they didn't just sneak the ball. Aiken's a big dude, just reach over the line. I don't know what they're thinking. But Milan, massive missed opportunity. And to be fair, half of it could have been Barcelona too. So, like, they're unfortunate to be 1-5. Milan, they're a better team than Helvetic. But when you're 1-1 in the series, whoever's won the most recently gets put in the power rankings higher. So that's why they are coming in at 14 rather than 13. A very big, massively missed opportunity. Like, they played the Mercs, and the Mercs have had a fucking carousel of problems coming in over the last few weeks, and they still lost them. So, you know, what else do you really say about how you had an opportunity to go positive and you fucking blew it? Defense is still really good. Offense still can't find its footing. It's a tough time to be a Milano fan. 12, Cologne got beaten up by the Rhine Fire. They haven't moved, and again, I actually can't remember the last time Cologne moved. They got beaten 62-9. Never even close. Ryan had their backups in early. It was just a dominating display. They just ran the ball down their fucking throat. Jadrian threw 9 times. Daglan threw 4 times. Like, you know, Sergi got 10 carries. Glenn got 17. McKnight got 2. Sidibura Clark got 2. Alexander got 7. Like, Glenn Tonga got 4 more touchdowns. What do you really say? You know, they rushed like nearly 40 times. They rushed 39 times. I mean, Jared Almond did go for 249 yards according to the ELF stats, which is pretty incredible. I haven't watched all of the game. I wanted to watch 4th quarter on stream. I've literally kind of just got off stream and had some food. But, I mean, shit. If Jared Almond really did go for 249 yards, incredible game on his standpoint. And he's been a player that has really broken out this year. Cologne do have some talent, and Jared Almond is one of them. Like, he really is. Like, he's a very good running back, and I think potentially we could see some teams going after him in this offseason. I think Jared Almond will probably be one of the most hotly requested German running backs. Him and Sergi, I think, because Sergi made a big impact off the bench for Rhine Fire. I struggle to see Almond not getting that same kind of response. I think he's had a great year. He's been like the only, I don't want to say the only bright spark, but he kind of has been like the only bright spark. Like, I don't have the ELF official stat page. Like, they're currently not loading for like single game stats, unfortunately. But 249 yards has got to be one of the all-time running games. Number 11, Hamburg. They lost easily to Paris, 41-18. It was close for a bit, and then it really wasn't. Like, they just blew it. Like, they just didn't really have much going. Again, Javarian Smith, hit and miss, more misses than hits. Run game was not really there at all. The offensive line isn't great. Defensively, they have a good defense, but it's not like as good as it was last year. Hamburg are just kind of in purgatory at the moment. And Wroclaw are too. Now, they go up 1. They swap positions because Wroclaw won. They won in a close game. It was a lot closer than they would have liked it to be. Let's just say that. Matty Ice's first game, so we expected growing pains as, you know, they run that 3rd fucking quarterback. Viss had a hell of a game. People would be saying to me, people I know within the organisation or in the organisation or involved in the organisation, I'm saying I got to do a video on Viss. So he'll be probably a player I do on. I just only done Casper like a while ago, so I don't want to do too many of the same team in a row. But Viss is on my list of players too. AJ Wentland, Defensive Player of the Year, probably favourite. Him and Embry probably be up there. Number 9, Frankfurt Galaxy. Very lucky to be at 9. They got beaten up. Luke threw another pick 6 to aforementioned Jen Embry. Mag didn't have a great game. He threw two interceptions rather. Yeah, like they had some good stats, some good numbers that show, like Kevin Kaya had a good game, Markel Castle, and they had some flashes, but then they galaxied it. They really did. They just fucked it up. They find a way to fuck it up. Defensively, not great. Duncan tore them apart. The running game tore them apart. They had a defensive touchdown twice, a couple times. They had a couple defensive touchdowns. Just not a good game for the Galaxy, and it's just a continuation. I don't know where they go from here in terms of the direction of the organization or what changes need to be made, but shit, man, like they're not even in the fucking conversation for that conference, so they're really not. You think of that conference, you don't think of Galaxy, you think of Madrid more than you think of Galaxy. Madrid are a new fucking team. Galaxy have had a massive downfall. They're also in line for a downfall video. Very, very much so. In fact, that's tempted. That's the 3 teams I want to do is Hamburg, Galaxy, and Barcelona. So it's not good. Little bit better, though, for Munich. Only played half a game. All their players looked incredible. Malik Stanley is a perfect fit. I was vying for Malik Stanley back in the league with multiple teams that asked me. I wanted Malik Stanley back in the league. Chad Jeffries went 16 out of 17 for nearly 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's probably the MVP. I feel very sorry for the Dragons. I really do, but Tomo even had 3 carries for 57 yards at running back. It's insane. Stanley got a hat-trick. Loewer got a hat-trick of touchdowns. Defensively, they locked up. Like, it was an easy game against a team that quit at halftime. So, what can you really say? Berlin did their job. Beat the Enthroners very easily. They don't move anywhere. They did what they had to do. They looked comfortable while doing it. Schultz had a great game. Rushing. Hat-trick. They actually had 6 rushing touchdowns, which is not the norm for Berlin. Let's just say that. Like, I'm pretty sure that's more touchdowns than they've had like all year rushing. They did it in one game, so odd, but we move. Raiders Tyrrell lost in the Austrian derby. Perry threw 3 picks. They were not good. They were not a good 3 picks to make. They were poor. Any 3 picks could be poor, but they were particularly egregious. They didn't look good. The Raiders, I always felt like the Vikings were just always in control of this one. I never felt like the Raiders took any kind of momentum or swayed it at all. I know it was tight at halftime, but like I think it was tied up at halftime. But I never felt like the Raiders were going to win this game. And they're just still outside the top 5, best of the rest. Madrid beat a conference rival, looked great, running the ball, passing the ball, they clicked. I am worried they're getting into the discussion of like couldn't beat the bad teams and maybe struggle against people like Ryan because they got dominated against Ryan. That Paris game, I am so excited for Madrid versus Paris, who coincidentally coming at 4. Dominant win. Magic, 100 touchdowns, congratulations Zach, and 100 touchdowns, congratulations to Zach. First quarterback to do both of those things. He did them in the same day, so massive props to him. We had the same birthday. Talked to him a couple times. Big fan of what he brings to this league. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer at this point. Over his time in the league, he's been great. Like he's been great this year overall. It was another dominant display. Like he got 3 passing touchdowns. He got 2 rushing touchdowns. Got to over 200 yards. Austin Mitchell looked good. Sal had a weird play where he got a long touchdown. Still without their best receiver, and they're not really using. I'd like to see LaRose more. I don't know why I'm not seeing LaRose that much. Their defense is still massively, severely underrated. It's one of the best defenses in the league, and people don't talk about it. Dawson Dales was great. Dejan Gomez, and we'll see the video about how good he is. Chandler Jones has been one of my favorite new American players in this league. He's been great. He got another pick. Sani Zeragbe, another amazing player. Mamadou Sai, Amir Kalani. Amir Kalani was devastated after getting that missed, like that drop. I guess he just wanted the interception for the stats, but like it was fine. Like it was a good play, and he looked like he'd given us a touchdown. But yeah, Paris coming at 4. Now top 3 is a tough one because no one's moved in this like last 10 places. Surge at 3. They didn't play. I know you're commenting, Marcus. I know everyone's saying Surge should be still at 1. They didn't play, and my stuff is what have you done for you? What have you done for me lately? And vibes. So they moved down 2 spots. It does not mean they're the 3rd best team in the league. Well, it kind of does. It means they're just the 3rd best team in my mind at the moment. They're obviously one of the best teams in the league, but they didn't play. So recency bias. What have you done for me lately? Puts them at 3rd. They will undoubtedly go up next week when they play, because they're going to be playing the Mercenaries. I don't reward teams for beating up that much on bad teams, generally. They're gonna be fine. And number 2, is it going to be Ryan? Is it going to be Vienna? I'm going to go for Ryan at 2. They're still 6-1. They have shown they can lose. It was a very easy game. They scored 13 or more in each quarter. Like, it was never really close. I tuned in the 4th quarter. It was an easy game. They didn't have any problems at all. So, they stay at 2. And number 1, obviously, Vienna Vikings. A good display on the rivalry, and that's why they've gone up 2 places. Because they beat a 5-1 team. Ben Holmes didn't look fantastic. I still think Epler's better. I'm not going to lie. Kerry is still on a mad one. Torre, Horn, those 2 together are incredible. Benjamin Stray got 2 touchdowns. One of the most underrated and appreciated DBs in the league. Been a fan of him for a while. So they come in at number 1. It's quite tight because that Vienna defense is so good. So good. I love that Vienna defense. It's amazing. So that's going to round out this one. This one was a short one because there wasn't like a ton of movement. There's a bunch of movement at the bottom, and then like not that movement around at the top. So that's kind of what this one's been. This one's a much shorter one, and the quality's going to be bad. I'm going to be really small and really dark because it's like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I've just finished watching some more of the games. I've been watching football all day, so we're tight one. But let's finish it up, right? 17, Barcelona Dragons. Couldn't finish the game, so they got to be last. 16, Enthroners. Got to be up. Prague got beat up, but they didn't get beat up. They got 14-3, so they did a good job of not getting beaten up. They proved that they have a good defense, and I think they can win a couple of games. I think they beat the Enthroners. 14, Milan. They lost to Helvetic. They fall. Helvetic at 13. They won their first game. They could arguably be better than 1 and 5. People are going to be so mad. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you're watching this video. But, yes. Helvetic are above Milan. I know you said about Cologne last week. And they're, we're better than Cologne. Cologne at 12. Hamburg are 11. Warsaw at 10. Hamburg and Warsaw swap places. But either one of those. They're kind of stuck in purgatory. Frankfurt at 9. Kind of lucky to be at 9. Maybe. See, maybe Warsaw could have gone up, but they didn't look entirely convincing. If they beat them by 50, I would have swapped them around, but they didn't, so they're not. 8, Munich. 7, Berlin. 6, Raiders Tyrol. 5, Munich. Paris at 4. None of those moved. Good wins. Some lost. Nothing really happened. Like, it was just kind of a block of teams. Stuttgart 4, but are going to be fine. It's just because they didn't play. Rhine at 2. Good performance. Blew them out of water. Vienna at 1 because they beat a tough rival who were 5-1. They did it quite convincingly. So that's going to round out that ranking. That's going to do it. All done. Quick one. Really, really quick. As I said, this was not much movement. A lot of movement in the bottom. Not much movement at the top and then kind of in the middle, really. So, very short, very quick. I've been watching football all day to get this one out early so I can go and paint my friend's house. Because I got to be up early and I got to go and do that. And I won't be here in time to shoot and film this because it takes a while to export. So I appreciate you guys for dealing with the slightly low quality of this one. Otherwise, I just wouldn't have been able to get it in time. And then ALF Live would have been on tomorrow, so I wouldn't have been able to get it out then. So this one's going to be scheduled for tomorrow morning. So hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you like and subscribe. We've had a bunch of people come out of nowhere. Like, we got like 70 odd subscribers in the last month, like plus, which is great. Hope you guys stay around and enjoy the content. Already kind of explained in the intro the plan for the videos. I don't know what's going to happen with the London one. I really don't. Like, I've tried doing it in so many different ways, and I sent it to a few coaches, and they kind of like harshed my buzz about making some of it. So yeah, they kind of my mood was killed, and I sent it to a few people, and they're like, I don't even think you've done a good job. So that kind of interested me for a bit. I'm sure I'll pick it up again. Like I said, I have all the stuff done for it. I just need to shoot and record the whole thing again. So we'll see. Hope you guys have a good week. All this video's normal planned, as I've mentioned in the intro. I'm rambling. This was fun. Good power rankings. Next week's gonna be even better. We're well over halfway through the year. The signing deadline is like next week. So all the signings gonna end. So that's gonna be massive because like teams can't just cut players anymore. They're done. Like that's done. Like, they can't sign any more guys. So then postseason will be a thing, and we'll have all that. Plenty of content planned for that. Plenty of content planned for the off season as well. It's gonna be a very, very good year. Keep making these. People keep supporting them, and you guys are the best. Thank you. See you later. See you tomorrow for the next one. Thank you. Stay sharp. Goodbye.